What's going on, guys? GamerDude back once again with Horizon Forbidden West. So when I first got this game, I did some sporadic gameplay, but this time around I'm going to try my best to keep you guys up to date with the whole story in the New Game Plus. But first things first, before we begin, you know the routine. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe, because it would just be your good deed of the day. Same applies if you are a returning viewer. I do always sub back to new subscribers, and I do try to view any content you may be producing. So, starting the New Game Plus on this game is a little bit weird. You don't actually do it from the main menu. You have to go into the game, to the game's base, and then do it that way. So that's what we've done. That's why we're here. I've not started the New Game Plus, but I've done everything in the main story except all the little side quests. I've got all the collectibles and whatnot, so I won't be messing around with that. We'll just be focusing on the main story for this playthrough. And Dan the Man, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in, appreciate it. Experience the journey again for a new challenge and better gear. Ooh, better gear. I played it on hard the first time and I died just an alarming number of times, so I'm gonna go with normal. I'm gonna replay the tutorial because it has been a while since I played it. This game is just so incredibly beautiful. I mean, everything about it. The first game was flawlessly beautiful, but this one, oh, it took the cake. It's like everything about it is so much better, and that's what you want to see in a sequel. You don't want to see a downgrade in a sequel. Blazon, what's good, man? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it.
I'm running out of time, Elizabeth. The land is dying. People are suffering. Soon, they'll starve. All because of a terraforming system that's spiraling out of control.
See, this terraforming system, the whole idea of it was to save the planet from these machines.
It won't be long before we hit the point of no return.
But that didn't go as planned. Because an evil one that they call Hades kind of, yeah, destroyed the planet.
A backup of Gaia. The AI you designed to control the system.
Oh, no worries, dude. Don't worry about it. We've still got 3 more weeks of The Walking Dead. We've got the Michonne series to do yet. As for this, you shouldn't miss anything of this because I've played through the main story before. I've done all the little collectible things and most of the side quests. So
I'm walking under a brilliant night sky.
We should just be able to get through the main story in this playthrough.
And when I arrive at the center, I see you, Elizabeth. Waiting for me. Even though you've been
this game actually explains why the terraforming system malfunctioned and did what it did.
I've ever had to a mother.
I mean, the whole idea of it was great. You know, the planet was dying, Vegas dried up, which is actually, from what I've read, is actually what it's doing right now, with Lake Mead and everything.
I feel whole.
There were storms, massive flooding and everything like that. Major cities were destroyed or abandoned. But yeah, this game explains it a hell of a lot better as to what happened to the old ones, as these people call them, than the first game did. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the first game was great. It had a lot of information regarding the old ones, but it didn't really give you an in-depth look into
always
what
left alone.
happened. Yes, she is. The main character is a clone of the woman you just saw her with, Elizabeth Sobek.
This world is your legacy,
I think
Elizabeth.
the world, if I remember
I
correctly,
won't let it slip away.
the world ended in 2077, and
The
this
valley
is
below
something
my only
like
remaining lead. My
700
last
years
hope to find a
later.
backup. I'll do whatever it takes to get it. I promise.
The original person, Elizabeth Sobek, knew that the world was dying, and she knew that she was the only one that could control the terraforming system, but she knew she was going to die as well.
You know I hate being
So
told
she
that
put the
stuff.
plan into action to
Well,
have her
consider
clone.
it a punishment for
take
running
over.
out on us the very same night we beat
She
Hades.
just didn't think it would take
I
700
grew up
years.
An outcast. Remember, I'm not much for parties.
Yeah. That one was in your honor. Just saying.
Because I think in the world of Horizon, the year is
So,
actually
What are
2178.
we doing? Must be urgent since you
In,
left
well,
so
in terms of
fast.
our calendar, anyway. In Horizon's calendar, the people,
Delving into
for
ancient
them, it's
ruins.
something like I don't know,
Or maybe
year
it has
1000 or
something
something.
to do with the blight.
Both, actually. But
It just goes to show, though, that when
should-
our society breaks down, if
I've
any
been
of us
tracking you the wrong
survive,
way. It's
we
okay.
will regress to a
After
tribal
everything you've
form,
done to help Lenora and my family, I swore an oath to help
and
you.
yeah,
no matter
regress
what.
to kill each other.
You're stuck with me now. Like bark on wood.
Two people to obliterate the spam. Well, I'm hoping it doesn't show up in this stream.
Okay. But if you're going to come with me, you'll need to be able to see what I see.
A focus. Never thought I'd get your second sight.
I'll give you another one later and show you how to back up your data.
Data.
Information on the device. We've got a lot to cover. I'll have to explain everything as we go.
Just what really fascinates me about this game is that this technology to them is magical,
You see like this all the time?
Since I was
and
little girl.
it's new to them.
Come on.
But it's actually 1,000 years old. It has lasted 1,000 years. It has withstood the test of time. So, kind of goes to show human ingenuity at its finest.
Shall we?
Yeah, any time there's an apocalypse movie or apocalypse game, there's always what they think is new technology when it's actually
Scrapes on the
been
way
done
here.
before. It's like,
We
well,
should find some
no,
medicinal plants
that's
to
like
stock up.
claiming you invented the light bulb.
So it's time for your first lesson with the focus.
Sounds good. Let's get started. These plants don't look like the ones in the Sacred Lands.
If you do end up playing this game, if you're watching now or in the future, make sure you collect plenty of these little blue flowers. That is your lifeline. That is your health.
Bitter?
Yeah, well, at least they make you feel better. All right, we should keep going.
And here we go. Still got the massive health bar from the original playthrough.
Yeah.
Which
good
is
idea.
good, because when you first start playing through it, it only gives you like 100 health. And that's really not good. But this game is so picturesque. It's beautiful.
It's infecting all the plants. It's changing them.
If it keeps spreading, nothing will grow.
That's why we have to fix it.
So this blight, it's actually explained throughout the whole game. It's happening because of this other artificial intelligence that received a signal to actually destroy the planet, and that signal came from space.
Those ruins.
But I don't want to spoil too much of it, just in case anyone watching now or in the future hasn't actually seen the whole game.
Are you gonna jump? Go for a swim?
Fastest way down. I don't know who put these ropes here, but we can use the line to slide down.
Find anything good?
A few supplies.
I wish we had technology like this, Focus. It's very insightful, I'll say that about it. Really does let you see things that you would never actually see.
It's an AI. It's hard to explain. Think of it like a set of instructions that can fix the world.
Sounds complicated. Noticed you're traveling light these days.
There is something I want to check though, because there was supposedly a new performance mode. Yes, once again, I'm playing it on normal because I did it on hard on my first playthrough, and I died a ridiculously alarming number of times. Something I don't want to do here. Let's keep the motion blur low.
Yeah, I ran into some trouble on the way here. Lost a lot of my gear.
Oh wow.
Light makes my throat.
See, so right now I don't have all the gear from my original playthrough because this is just the tutorial, and I've decided to do the tutorial again, just because it's been a little bit of a while. It's been a minute since I completed it, so I'm a bit rusty on the controls and what to do. But the New Game Plus feature, it's brand new. It only released a couple of weeks ago.
It's not easy keeping up with a machine rider.
You always were a good tracker.
Of course I'm going to be playing the new God of War.
Gleenox.
Salvaging machine carcasses as usual. And there they go.
Looks like they left a carcass behind.
See, this stuff is 1,000 years old and it's still standing.
A lot of arrows in that machine. Better take a closer look. Someone took down this machine recently.
Who else would come here?
I don't know. We better craft some arrows of our own. There might be trouble up ahead.
There's some ridgewood by the stream.
All right. Now to craft some arrows.
Thor did show up at the end of the first game. It was deliberate. It was deliberately setting up for the next game. It wasn't an Easter egg or anything. Hence Ragnarok. You know, Ragnarok is all about Norse mythology. See, Kratos comes from Greek mythology,
But I can't read this.
and as we know,
Nothing
Thor
a
comes from
well-placed
Norse
arrow can't knock
mythology.
free. Just have to target the lock.
I mean, when it comes to Horizon, I don't really think they have a mythology. They kind of created their own mythology. Like, you've got people who worship the old ones and the so-called old ways, as they call it. You've got guys who worship the machines. You've got different tribes that worship the sky. So it really is a regressive state.
After you. Me too. Arrows ready. By the goddess. What was this place?
I don't know. The transmission... The, message I found didn't say. Only that a backup might be here. We need to find a way in. So, what happened after I left Meridian?
Well, there was a fuss when people realized you were gone. But then some of us figured you only would have left if it were for something important.
You were right about that. The blight's not just poisoning plants. It's killing animals, too.
Then people will get sick too. And starve.
We're not gonna let that happen.
If you come across any cars like this while you're playing, always have a look. I mean, at this point in the Horizon timeline, the entire world is just one giant scrapyard.
Down this way.
Yeah, we'll go that way after I've finished collecting some bits. Kind of, yeah. I mean, you could say that any apocalyptic game set in a post-apocalyptic world, that's how all the cars look. They just have to put a rusty image there. I mean, of course, the apocalypse in The Last of Us hasn't been going on as long as the Horizon apocalypse. But the end of this game left us hanging by our balls. And I mean that literally. The first game, it ended, and it seemed like that was it. It seemed like they weren't going to make another one. But this one really left us hanging by the balls for a sequel. It's just like, yay, you've defeated this threat. Now there's this one coming. Oh, wait, game ended. And you're like, come on, I've got to wait another 4 years?
Never seen one of those before.
Me neither. Those dead machines have it on alert.
How do you want to handle it?
The focus can help us.
But this Horizon 2 is in a totally different part of the world. This is set in like Nevada, California area. Whereas the first game was kind of like in Missouri.
Okay. See how parts of it are glowing? Those are its weak spots.
Got it.
Okay, concentrate.
Always loot the
Another
machines.
one's coming.
And always shoot off the important bits as well, because you'll need them for your upgrades.
How does the Focus know all that?
It reads data on the machine.
Like a hunter studying its prey?
Yeah.
Exactly. Aloy is, yes, a clone, but she is her own person. She grew up in
So
this new
after
world as
Fuss
herself.
over me leaving,
The only thing she shares with
everyone
Elizabeth
else did.
Sobek
Well,
is,
as soon as the
well,
celebration
DNA.
was over, my mother led the rest of the Nora home. The Sun King put his people to work rebuilding the city. And I set out to find you.
Another ladder. Need to shoot off the log. Got it.
You said you've had a Focus since you were a child, right?
Yeah. Found my first one when I fell into a ruin. Got the others from an old cache not long ago. It's good to have extras.
See, now, she just explained right there why her life just completely diverged. In the first game, you play as her in a flashback as a child. She falls into this old world ruin and finds the Focus. And for the first
We'll
time,
be okay, Varl.
she's not just seeing the world as ruins. She's seeing what, well, we would see in our time.
Through here.
Welcome to the Far Zenith launch facility.
Far Zenith? I know they made some tech trades with Zero Dawn, but why would they have a backup of Gaia?
Please register with reception for the tour.
I guess they
Far
want us to
Zenith
check
is a
in with them.
huge part of this game.
Please hold for identiscan. Access denied. Please wait here for personnel to assist you. Dr. Sobek.
Okay. I guess they weren't on great terms with Elizabeth. Well, let's find a way in.
See, that's what I was saying earlier. Everything in this game is based around her being the
Please
genetic
hold for identiscan.
duplicate
Access
of Elizabeth
denied.
Sobek.
Credentials not recognized.
I guess it doesn't like me either.
See, Elizabeth Sobek in the world, she was a really important person. She was very powerful. She created the terraforming system. So,
Pry this open.
Aloy, being her genetic duplicate, gets access to those things. Well, she was treated with the opposition and the suspicion because she was curious about the old world, and her tribe was afraid of it. Her tribe saw it as blasphemy, really, going near it.
Whoever left this here might have also shot those machines we found earlier.
So where are they now?
A 1,000-year-old shovel. Well, there you go then.
Ugh, what's that stench?
I'm guessing death.
Wiped out. They must have come here to delve for scrap.
Acid. That explains the smell. And it looks like something big came in from above.
Crashed right through the camp. And then through the wall. I should take a look at the rubble in that gap.
The focus is a really important part of this game, though. It reveals things that, well, you just can't see. That is a really strong mannequin.
Whatever came through here brought this down as it went out. If I can dislodge some of the debris, we might be able to squeeze through. Maybe I
Well,
can find
to be
something
fair,
help with it.
Blazon, knowing Sony,
Aloy, over here.
you will eventually get to play
I
it.
got something.
Because they seem to be going back on all their exclusive stuff and releasing it on PC, so eventually it'll all come to Xbox, I'm guessing.
It's some kind of Oseram prototype, I think. This hook looks like it can latch onto things.
And this gear pulls it back.
It looks broken, but maybe we can repair it. Hook it to the debris.
And pull it out. That could work. The focus can help us search the camp and identify anything we can use to fix the tool. My focus picked up a couple of things to check out.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I remember that. That was one of my first videos. That was when I had no idea what I was doing, and I just made the video. You know, that video's now got over 400,000 views. I was going to take it down because it was getting hate, but it's just got so many views that I just can't bring myself to do it.
A lot of supplies here. I guess they plan to stay a while.
But yeah, you're right about Freya. It's like, well, she gets all salty at us for us killing her son,
Part
but
of the
like, well,
machine could
he
help fix the gears.
started it. You know, he tried to kill us first. We were just defending ourselves.
Machine cable.
If you play a
Still
drinking
moving
game, every time
Right.
Kratos says
Think I have
boy,
what I need
you
to
will be
repair the
absolutely hammered by the
Or
time the game's
tool?
finished.
Even better.
You could use this workbench.
There. Pole caster. Now to test it on the debris.
Exactly. Whether someone hates it or not, it still counts as a view. See, where was this tool in the first game? This tool in the first game would have saved so much damn trouble.
That worked better than I thought. Well, it doesn't look like there's an easy way out of here. I should scan the area. We have to find a way to keep going. Oh, I might be able to get up there.
Huh. What's this thing for?
What's this?
Whoa.
Good morning. I'm Oswald Dalgard, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to Far Zenith. Forget what you think you know.
Yeah, that was a
about
nice
us.
little Easter
Our
egg for him to
truth
leave in.
is simple.
Just leave his name as Boy because we can't figure out who he's going to be until we've actually finished the game.
Years of space to get there. Please proceed into the auditorium where we'll unveil our plans.
I wonder what's in this auditorium.
Wow, that worked.
That pole caster's useful. Too bad there's only one.
Don't worry, I'll find you another way up.
I eventually defeated the Valkyries. I think I did a couple of videos on fighting some of them. See, what I like about traversing this world is it's got a very Uncharted-esque vibe to
I
it.
gotta drop the ladder for Varl.
It's like with all the things falling apart as you jump on it, or the world falling apart as you walk on it. It's very It's very Uncharted-y, it's very Nathan Drake-y. The Valkyrie I had the most trouble defeating was the Muspelheim one, the one with the poisonous ground that killed you pretty much as soon as you walked in, and you had to get that special armor for it.
The boundary as explorers, pioneers, trailblazers. And now Far Zenith is taking the next leap into the future. That's why we're proud to have resurrected the Odyssey. What our governments abandoned in orbit, Far Zenith will actualize in less than a decade. But that's only the beginning. When the ship is complete, we will send the Odyssey and her crew where no
See, this is actually a brilliant idea. Not the cray-cray people who took it, you know, just leave them out of it. But, the ship itself is a great idea. You put people in cryostasis and send them to the nearest planet. Well, the nearest habitable planet, which in this universe is the Sirius system.
The Odyssey may take 300 years to reach it, but when we look up at the night sky, we'll know they're on their way.
Oh, the guy that's narrating this at the minute has normal clothes because he's a hologram from the old world. He's from the year 2077. He's just a hologram. Whereas the new people of the world
could fly through the sky?
Are the tribal people
Between the
of
stars?
the future. You know, like I think it's like 1,000 years or 700 years,
yes.
one of the two. It's mentioned in
Sort
the
of.
game somewhere.
That ship, the Odyssey, it never made it to the other star. Something went wrong, and it blew up.
No, it didn't. But you see how fascinated this guy was that we travelled to the stars. Like, to us right now, it's no big deal. We have astronauts going up to the ISS every other month. But to him, it's magic, you know, it's fascinating, it's new to him.
Public presentation file corrupted. Member recruitment file available. Do you wish to reactivate?
Yeah, reactivate. Let's see what else they had to say.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Actually, yeah, that's one thing. They never actually mention how the old ones dress. You know, they never mention that it's strange or anything.
Rampant AIs. How long before another
They never really talk about that.
acceptable risk for the world's elite?
Because to them, a guy that's dressed like that would be strange. It's like he's got no markings, he's got no armor, and they're thinking, well, why not? What was so good about the old world that he's not showing any markings or wearing any armor?
Now you've seen what we're building here. Infrastructure to support the Odyssey's construction. A state-of-the-art data center to facilitate rapid technological advancements. And you've seen how we're managing public perception.
But this game right here, other than its fictitious parts about the crazy AIs destroying the world, which actually might not be so far-fetched, but hang on a second. It actually has some truth to it, because
I just didn't know
the
how.
world ended in this universe due to climate change.
So everything they said
And the
back
thing
then
about the
next
machines
step for
was
humanity,
they were supposed to bring the world
it
back.
was all a lie.
And it's happening right
people
now,
only
climate
cared about
change, in a
saving their
bad
own
way.
skin.
You've got that massive drought in
Didn't work out for them in
Lake
the end.
Mead, where the water levels have just dropped so much that it's
That
revealing
Oswald guy
bodies from
mentioned
decades
the data
ago.
center.
You've got hurricanes on pretty much a daily basis now. Massive floods in Europe. You've got Venice sinking faster than ever before because of the rising tides.
The backup.
It's just
It should be
ridiculous how accurate this game is getting it. And the problem is, the human race of
Won't be able to
today
swim across.
are too
We'll have to find a way around.
idiotic and naive to see it. It's like, we don't care, we're just going about our business as usual.
I still can't believe the old ones could fly.
They were capable of a lot of things. For good and bad.
Sure seems
But
like
mostly bad.
I wonder what it's like up there, among the stars. Show off.
But it's games like this are also a fine example of why humans should never leave the confines of this planet. Because we would just make the same mistakes on another planet. And then another, and another, and another, and the cycle would just continue to repeat. Because we never learn. I know some people may think that's small-minded, but
What is that?
it's just the way it is.
Keep your guard up.
You know, we do not deserve to leave the confines of our own planet.
Up here.
Yeah, I've seen the next Fallout game will be in London. Post-apocalyptic London. See, the Fallout series has never really interested me, but this one does. This one quite interests me.
Moving up.
I need to sneak up on it to take it out with my spear. Can't let it see me. I should scan it first. Check its patrol path. Gotta get closer and stay out of sight. I can throw a rock to distract it. Get it into a position where I can sneak up and strike. Just have to wait for the right moment.
No, I asked you to go over there. Good little creepy Velociraptor machine.
Gotcha.
Mine's down too. More of those machines ahead.
Well, the human race, we're a primitive, violent species. You know, we think we've evolved just because we have all this technology, or because we can map certain things in the galaxy, but it doesn't make us any more advanced. You know, just because we have technology, it don't mean squat. I can tell you right now, if an alien species came and visited this planet, we are so xenophobic and hostile that we would just destroy them and steal their shit, and then we would be in the galaxy, which is something the rest of the galaxy really does not need. I tell you what, once we mine and tap out our own planet, we're just going to go looking for another one.
I've been meaning to mention, I noticed you have a new look these days.
Yeah, I know. Didn't have a lot of time to shave when I was trying to catch up to you. Don't worry, it's not permanent.
Good.
Sorry my whiskers offend you, anointed.
That is true, Blazon. That is true. If we failed to destroy it, and then the aliens literally tried to conquer us, we'd be like, "Why? What did we ever do to you?"
Looks like this little guy got caught up in the blight. Couldn't escape.
It's like
I hope it didn't
us
suffer
as humans, we literally we cannot take responsibility for our own actions. Like, we've polluted the oceans. There's literally an island made of garbage in the ocean. We've polluted the ozone. And we wonder why
Must have used explosives against the machines.
the temperatures are
managed to get a
rising
couple.
and places are flooding. And then we still complain about it.
Looks like there was a barricade here. Machines must have broken through. I'll keep this
Don't
for
mind me.
later.
I'm just gonna search
Guess that
your dead
didn't
body.
have a chance to use it. Careful. Traps ahead.
Huh. Might be able to disarm them. There. Managed to salvage some supplies.
And not blow yourself up.
Dismantled it. And got more supplies. Looks like another camp.
While we're here,
Supplies, glorious
we can make some traps of our own.
supplies.
Might come in handy against machines.
Good idea.
Oh no, War of the Worlds, that was one of those where it's just legit an alien species that wants to wipe us all out for our planet. Yeah, but dropping individuality, Blazon, means we'd have to drop all this woke culture stuff of the well, the people that identify as other things, and I'm not really going to go any further into that because, well, yeah, I'll probably be cancelled by the woke culture. Humans working together? Please. We wouldn't work together even if there was a massive planetary disaster.
Machine's head.
Don't think I've seen this machine.
It would literally be every man for himself in a scenario like that,
It's enemy.
and we would
See what its
fight
points are.
and kill each other.
Craft some traps.
Again, we're just
Could help
primitive.
us by.
Literally, it's a definite no getting rid of that. But again, I'm not going to go any further into the discussion of that because I will be cancelled by the whole woke culture.
We're clear.
Let's keep going then. They all have their secrets, but every place is different.
So, anyways, moving on back to the actual game before we end up getting me cancelled.
Let's hope it doesn't come this way.
What I've been trying to say is though that this game has so many elements that could reign truth in the real world, in our world, that is. And I think the developers of the game put it in as like an inside joke, saying, "Well,
That's a big storm picking up out
this
there.
is going to happen, except we won't have
Getting stronger.
a self-aware, sentient AI
So the
there to
storms,
save
the
us
blighted
when it
lands,
comes
the rivers and lakes
comes to
choked with
pass."
algae. You were born to fix all that.
Yeah, but I can only do it if I find that backup. I think we're winding our way around to the data center. We'll need to cut through that big building on the right out there. This data mentions the tech that Far Zenith traded with Zero Dawn. It doesn't explain how they got it back up.
I'll keep an eye out for more data. What's in here? Aloy, come check this out.
What am I looking at? Yes, it's a table. It's very fascinating, Val, but it's a table. And from what I can see from my focus, it is literally just a table.
Looks like we've got to climb up.
Ooh, that'll come in handy. Drop that in case we fall off. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Send me that. Oh no! I wasn't saying your intention was to get me cancelled, dude. I was just saying that it's best that we
That looks like the way we came.
stop talking about it, because it can be a little, screamish to people. People can get really screamy over things like that these days.
This place is really falling apart.
Well, it is 1,000 years old.
There you go, yeah, 1,000 years. I knew it had been 1,000 years.
Looks like some kind of meeting room. That door on the other side's locked.
There's
That
more
is
of
very
those
true.
floating things
If
by
the
the tank.
situation wasn't as it is in the Horizon series, the world like this would be so much
Maybe
better.
that thing at the table does something.
Because in this world, they're not restricted by the confines of technology. I mean, yeah, they're using technology right now, but you know what I mean? The tribal people separate themselves from the rest of the world,
The brainchild of Dr.
and they help each
Elizabeth
other.
Sobek. Empowered by 9 subordinate functions,
They're not bound by technology. They sit there and actually talk to each other. There's no phone in the way. There's kids actually playing instead of sitting doing exactly what I'm doing right now.
Project Zero Dawn. Status complete. Phase 2. The asset will secretly beamcast a complete copy of Gaia and her subordinate functions to this facility's data center. If all goes well, Zero Dawn staff will remain completely unaware of the transmission. Risks. Discovery of this operation could result in Zero Dawn withholding the already negotiated Apollo database. Special care must be taken not to alert Travis Tate, the expert hacker in charge of Hades Protocol. In addition, extreme caution must be exercised in regards to Dr. Sobek herself. As one of the world's preeminent technologists, she may have
He's looking like,
instituted unforeseen
wait a minute,
security
that-
measures.
that's
A
you.
complete assessment is attached. This concludes the executive summary.
I thought Elizabeth sent the backup here, but she didn't. Far Zenith stole Gaia.
Aloy?
You
Why
mean
does that woman
Amish
look
people?
like you?
The like
It's okay,
Amish
Paul.
people.
We look alike because we're the exact same. Genetically identical.
But she was one of the old ones. How can you be her?
There you go.
Because
This answers
I
your question, Blazon.
wasn't born. I was made. By a machine. It's why I'm motherless, why I was cast out as an infant.
I don't understand. What kind of machine can make a person?
Remember when I said the backup is like a set of instructions? It's more than that. It's called Gaia. And for a long time, she cared for the world until she had to destroy herself. So she made me to bring her back. I'm the only one who can. And this place is my last hope.
You once said the goddess spoke to you when you went into All-Mother Mountain. Was that this Gaia?
Yes, but she's not the goddess, Varl. There isn't one.
How can you be sure? It sounds like she anointed you with a sacred task.
I've had a lot of time to figure this out. And you will too, with the focus. But for now, the report said they were going to store the stolen copy of Gaia in the data center. So that's where we have to go. Okay?
See, trying to explain what happened to Aloy there to Val is like trying to explain to someone who follows the Hindu religion
Look at that.
that
Aloy, over here.
their god
I found
isn't
something
real.
you can use.
You know, that the only god that they should look up to is,
Those Ostrom must have
example, the
left us
Christian
behind.
god.
Can't help them, but it can't help us.
That's the best way I can describe how it felt to Val, explaining the whole clone thing. Because he thinks that she was
What?
anointed a sacred task
Thanks, Val.
by a god.
We should keep moving.
After you.
Well, I think it's more the genetic engineering side of things that's frowned upon
Down
as
here.
opposed to cloning. Because cloning a species that's extinct, as we've seen from Jurassic Park, is a very stupid idea, but it does have
think we're
potential
almost back
benefits
outside.
to the Earth's ecosystem.
Good.
It's like I say, I think it's more the genetic manipulation of human DNA that's frowned upon as opposed to the cloning. So, like, say if you genetically engineer a child to have an IQ of something like 700, then that's frowned upon.
Look, that must be the machine.
It's heading in the same direction we're going. Great.
Exactly, dude. Exactly how Jeff Goldblum said it in the first Jurassic Park movie. This isn't a species that was wiped out by deforestation or the building of a dam.
Those machines.
Nature selected
Could
this
you have a
species
weapon on
for
it?
extinction.
I can do more damage to it while it's brittle. Gotcha!
Machine couldn't take the cold.
More than us and Delvers. And a lot of acid. That big machine must have attacked as they tried to escape.
They didn't stand a chance. So, you said this backup is the last hope.
Yeah. All those places I've been these last few months, there were supposed to be more backups. But 1,000 years ago, a guy named Ted Faro purged them all.
Was he part of Far Zenith too?
Well, what was it one of our ancient philosophers said?
Looks
Any
like we could cross over
sufficiently
here.
advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. So to these people in Horizon, this technology would be magic. This is just giving me major Uncharted vibes here. Well, but bringing back Apex Predators, extinct ones,
That big metal thing looks like the ship we
that
saw back
would
in
be
the
a
auditorium.
terrible idea.
Imagine going up to the stars.
Jurassic Park is a fine example of that.
These guys couldn't catch
They would just create an ecological disaster in today's world if they got out. But bringing back a species of bird or a species of fish,
Machines
that
controlling
wouldn't be
the
so
air.
bad, because you know that
can tap
they
them in a focus
they are
to
part
keep
of the delicate balance that we rely upon to live today. It's like all the machines in this game are based on extinct animals or dead animals. I mean, I think these things are meant to represent velociraptors. Well, they didn't just make another island; they made an entire world. Hence, Jurassic World. And then they were freaked out and
What's in here?
everything when they all broke free. What I don't get is why people sued.
Get out of here.
It's like, well, hang on a minute. No, you can't really sue us because you come here to view these extremely dangerous predators, and then you moan and whine when your loved one dies.
Machine ripped right through.
I mean, yeah, it's very tragic that the loved one dies, but it's like, well, it's
There's a ladder in the back.
it's your own fault, you know. You can't sue the company for that. It's like going to a zoo today. If a child is playing in the gorilla pen, then they are most likely going to get beaten to death by a gorilla. It's the same in Jurassic Park. You know, if a dinosaur breaks out, it's just
So tell me something.
its natural instinct. It's just what it does.
Really okay with you not going back to the Sacred Lands?
As the Nora war chief, she understood why I was obligated to follow you. But as my mother, she wasn't pleased.
Is she ever pleased? I don't think I've seen her smile.
Me neither.
No, but I do love how this game brings back extinct animals. Like, there's literally a machine based on a mammoth, and it is freaking huge.
Three of those things. And if they slaughtered all those Oseram, we'll never get through to the data center.
Jeff Goldblum was the voice of Reason in Jurassic Park from the first one, all the way over to the new one,
We could
and
find
still
a
nobody
settlement.
listened to him.
Convince some hunters to help us.
That would take weeks, and we don't have that kind of time.
And that's what makes it ironically hilarious, because he was
Use that
right.
shuttle to fall.
That thing? How?
We'll figure it out. Just wait here.
Aloy.
Trust me.
And there she goes.
Just need to get over to the shuttle to figure out how to make it fall into the basin.
One of my favourite features of this game. the photo mode. That's better. You can see her face. So you can give her all these weird facial expressions while she's just diving off a cliff. Like, oh! I like that one. It's like, wonder. I wonder what would happen if I let go of the rope. Rope snaps. Wait, what? Anyway, onwards.
I can make it to that tower. I should be able to find a way across to the shuttle. Maybe I should stick to my spear for now.
Crap.
Save some ammo.
Where's the other one? I can hear it scanning. Where's it gone? Ah, there you are, you sneaky bugger. Pay no attention to the girl in the tall grass. I know her hair blends in with the grass, but there is nobody here. No, I've not seen it yet. It's I'm gonna watch it later tonight. But hopefully by the time I finish this live stream, I should have gotten through the tutorial. Like I say, I only opted to do the tutorial again because it's been a while since I played and I'm a little bit rusty on the controls.
There.
Ah, there we go.
That ladder can get me up to the tower.
Again, all of this is 1,000 years old and it is still standing. It's still here.
Okay, there's a rail up there. I think I can reach it if I launch myself off that grapple point. I didn't get up high enough. I better try this again.
Bollocks. Fell.
Got it. So all along, there were 3 giant machines killing Oseram and leaving acid everywhere. Great.
Kind of makes you wonder what would be left of our world if it was suddenly to come to an end. I mean, all of this is 1,000 years old and it is still relatively recognizable. So it kind of makes you wonder what would be left of our world. Because compared to Horizon, the world ended in 2077. So compared to,
Storm's getting bad.
you know, the year that the world ended in the game as to where we are now, we are primitive. But I can tell you, I would not be doing this on stuff that's 1,000 years old.
On to the next.
I mean, at least when you do it as Nathan Drake, it's brand new. It's brand new stuff.
Right up to the other side. Well, where to go get up? This place is barely holding together. Looks like there are massive clamps holding the shuttle in place. I'll bet there's a control console nearby. If I can release the clamps, the shuttle should fall right into the basin.
Dude, 1,000-year-old space shuttle, and it's still attached to the launch platform. It's one thing that fascinates me about apocalyptic games.
Machines in my way.
It's like you come across something that you wouldn't expect to have survived the apocalypse, and there it is. Far Cry vibes, just with deadly machines instead of deadly animals. I mean, the game gives me a lot of different vibes. I get Uncharted vibes, I get Far Cry vibes, Last of Us vibes. I think the game was literally built to emulate all of those apocalyptic worlds. But out of all the ones I've played, this is by far the most beautiful. I mean, the Last of Us Part 2 was brilliant, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't open world. When you've got an open world apocalypse game like this, it's got so much more potential.
Got this place to myself now. Control console might be in there. Okay. Time to crush those machines down below.
Well, yeah, that's true in terms of technology. But I mean, in terms of like structures and buildings. Even in films like The Day After Tomorrow, when entire cities flood
I'm
or
gonna have to climb the tower to find a way to disconnect
end
them.
up in feet of snow, they still survive. You know, there's still bits of them left.
Scanning with my focus could help here.
Oh, it's the same in the UK. Dude, we have more potholes than roads. It's ridiculous.
Closer to the shuttle to detach the cables.
Well, when you get to San Francisco in this game, that is probably... I was going to say the most preserved city, but then that would actually be contradictory because Vegas is actually the most preserved city in this game. But then again, in this game's timeline, Vegas was, well, the above city of Vegas was abandoned, and a massive dome was built over the undercity of Vegas, so they could continue living there. But Vegas was abandoned in this universe because climate change. You know, the water dried up. It just became unlivable.
It should break if I shoot. One down. I just need to climb higher. We touch the second sensors. Sitting on an ancient, rickety tower with killer machines waiting down below. I was right.
I love how she's being like cautiously optimistic here. Like, oh yes, I'm just climbing a rickety old tower with deadly machines below me. No biggie.
Almost there. There's the other connector.
Timber. Oh, wait, not quite. Well, somewhat successful. Uh-oh. Down will come baby, cradle and all. It would have been super hilarious if Aloy knew that nursery rhyme and started saying it right there. Yeah, true, Blazon. I am Legend style, just with nature taking back the cities.
Finishing this the hard way. I need to take this thing down to get to the data center. Scan for weak spots. Okay, that weak spot.
Hey, no spitting. That's disgusting. I could have sworn the first time I played through this there was a weapon on the floor. Oh, rude! I mean, this is clearly based on a... this machine is clearly based on a Cobra. Strike and run! Strike and run!
There! The canisters are exposed now. Let's aim for them.
Did I get it? I think I got it. No, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I just made it mad. Made it very, very mad. Yeah, okay, I get it. You're mad.
Damn it,
Running
you broke free!
Running away now.
Gotta take this thing down fast. Track maybe, cross ammo. When my focus might find something I can use around here.
There's a gun.
Let's see what this can do. How do you like that?
Oh, that'll do nicely. Except when that happens. Gotcha! Down you go.
It's dead. Finally.
Yeah, that scene from Hot Fuzz. Yeah, that kind of moment would have worked when she was falling off the tower.
I guess Varl's gonna have to find another way there. Once I get the backup, I can reboot Gaia. Fix the system, heal the Blight. Restore Elizabeth's dream. But is it still there?
Well, I'm thinking if it was still there, the game wouldn't be nearly 3 days long. Oh, that was lucky.
I'm close. I have to be.
See, I love how they call keys ancient chimes. It's like they don't know what keys are. It's adorable that they don't know what keys are. Ancient toothpick. An ancient toothpick is actually a toothbrush.
Please be here.
I've seen bits and pieces of Elden Ring, but I've not actually played it. It's not really my thing.
It's here.
Gaia version 6.9. Initializing.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you when we were talking about it.
Hi.
That guns were present in the game, but you couldn't actually use them.
Travis Tate.
Now, what's this we got here? A Farzian's conspiracy to steal a copy of Gaia? And her subordinate functions? Naughty, naughty. You want me to handle this, Liz? Blasphemers! Brood of vipers! With a mighty hand I smite and pour troubles upon you!
Thou shalt not steal super advanced terraforming system.
This ain't no copy of Gaia you stole, you losers. But it's the mother of all logic bombs. So good luck repairing your data. And next time you start thinking you can outsmart a Tate, remember my salute.
See, that's brilliant, because she doesn't even know what that means either.
Aloy? The goddess.
There is no goddess. I told you that already. That's not Gaia. It's not what I'm looking for. It's nothing but a fake.
Well, we do have a couple of new games coming out soon. We've got Destroy All Humans 2 coming out next month. Obviously, I'm getting that. I'll be doing a stream on that. There's Gotham Knights coming out after that. God of War Ragnarok is supposedly releasing in November.
I'm sorry.
You have a sharp bite sometimes.
Hogwarts Legacy, I'm guessing, is going to be postponed because we haven't heard anything on it.
And blow up the entire basin.
The thing is, there's going to be more of that. I'm out of leads, Varl. But I have to keep searching. And fast. And whatever risks I have to take, I will. And it doesn't make sense to have someone with me. Someone who might get hurt. This is on me, Varl. Nobody else.
Yeah, it showed some new gameplay, but they still haven't given us an ETA on the release date. I mean, here in the UK on our game distributor stores, we can't even pre-order it yet.
And he gave you the lance you used to defeat Hades.
He's gone, Varl. I haven't heard from him since the battle against Hades.
Sure, but Spy Master Murad back in Meridian, he's good at finding people, isn't he?
I remember there was a lot of speculation that Hogwarts Legacy was going to be cancelled, but that was because of all that controversy between J.K. Rowling.
Okay. I guess it's worth a shot.
We've got a long walk ahead.
Actually...
Anytime there's a small piece of controversy on something, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to cancel that now. It's like, take the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, for example. Disney and every other studio in Hollywood immediately cancelled Johnny Depp for that. Because it was controversial, and it's like, well, don't do that unless you've got the full freaking story. No, she's not involved in Hogwarts Legacy, and that was a controversy around it. She was a bit pissed off, to say the least, because it's her trademark is Hogwarts, you know. She created it, and she was just pissed off that she wasn't involved.
The savior of Meridian has returned.
You earned this welcome. You saved them.
Not yet.
In the name of the Sun King of Vard, a royal welcome for the champion.
See, this is what I was talking about with the tribal stuff earlier on. Like, these guys worship the sun. And when the kings have children, and their children have children's children, they continue the legacy and just worship the sun. It's like they don't progress forward. They stay as they are.
I'll show you.
It's like by this point in human development in our time, we were probably at the Bronze Age, and these guys are still at the Tribal Age.
It happened right after the solstice. We were able to explain it away, thank the sun. Otherwise, it might have caused a panic.
I mean, at this point in the Horizon series, the humans are so primitive, they're fascinated by the wheel.
One night, for less than half a minute, it glowed an angry red. From Meridian, it looked like a trick of the light. But those who were closer, atop the light, said it could not have been a reflection. Much to my dismay, they said the light rose up from the tower's base. From that. We left everything just as it was.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. The Spire's supposed to send out signals, messages for the terraforming system.
No, thankfully. In the first game, it was, and it was irritating as hell. But in this game, thankfully, it's not.
Let us know what you find.
A statue of me? That's new.
How the hell did they build a statue of her?
I guess I should be flattered by the statue.
Let's take a quick look at it. That is incredibly detailed for a primitive culture. But wait, hang on. It's raining and it's sunny? Alright, I guess that's a bug in the code. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, that is an incredibly detailed statue for a primitive tribal species. That's the kind of quality of statue that we would build today. I stand boundless of this statue. It is beautiful. I will be immortalized forever. It's like, I love this statue. Thank you. Yeah, that is creepy. That is a creepy facial expression.
It feels wrong. Especially when my job's only half done. Machine carcasses. Remnants from the Battle of the Elite. We were almost overrun by the machines Hades controlled. But we pushed through. Looks like a memorial. Honoring those who fell in the Battle of the Elite. Lots of brave people defended this place from Hades.
Well, no. I defended this place from Hades. They all ran away screaming. I remember the battle very well, because I was fighting it on my own. So, yeah, actually, they've got a right to worship me. I saved their asses.
Transmission.
Right? They all totally ran away. They left it to me. They're like, yes, we will stand with you, Aloy. We will fight with you. Oh, hell no, I'm gone.
No, he wouldn't. He couldn't. Something was transmitted from the top of the spire. I guess I have to find a way up there. Maybe I can jump to that ledge behind me.
Really can't wait to get all my gear back. It's like Spider-Man.
Go. Now, how to cross over to the spire. Oh, should be able to get up there. I thought Silence was helping me when he gave me his lance. But it looks like he tricked me. Transmitted something through the spire. Did he save Hades? Why would he do that? Or if I can figure out where he sent it, I can track him down. Hopefully the transmission node at the top will tell me. Well, doesn't look like I can keep climbing this way. Looks like this panel's ajar. Can I go up through the inside?
It's a good job I remember where to go.
An elevator? Let's see.
This big evil metal tower that she's in now, they worship this as well. And it's like, well, it's just a metal tower. What kind of possible religious aspect does that have?
Wonder what the Carja will make of this.
So for them to see it doing this, they see it as like a sign from God. Especially considering it just started pissing it down as soon as she opened it.
There's the note.
Yes, that is good, that you don't run out of stamina while climbing. It's also good that whilst you're running about the world, you also don't run out of stamina. It's not like the original GTA games where you've got to stop and catch your breath and then run.
Well, Aloy, I see you finally figured it out.
Oh, this guy is an asshole.
To discover my rules.
You rigged the lance to steal Hades. How could you be so reckless?
Reckless? You're the one who tried to purge Hades before its precious knowledge could be extracted. The mysterious signal that woke it, for example. Or why to obtain one of those Gaia backups you've been having such a hard time finding.
If you knew, why didn't you just tell me?
I've been having problems of my own these past 6 months, Aloy. The difference is, I've made progress. So once your anger at my entirely necessary deception has faded, then why don't you come out here and find me in the Forbidden West, and learn all that I've discovered?
Oh, I'll come find you, all right.
Well, it can't be that forbidden if he's there.
Well, and the coordinates make it simple enough. Even for you.
That guy is just banana balls, though. He comes from a tribe that integrates the wires from the machines into their bodies. Doesn't do anything, doesn't enhance them, doesn't give them enhanced strength or anything. They just put the wires in their bodies. And that is just banana balls. It's like blood poisoning.
Better let Varl and Murad know what I found.
You went inside it, and it transformed. Almost like the day of the battle.
I can only be grateful that it's a stormy day. Few will have seen the tower change from Meridian. What did you discover?
Hades. The danger didn't end here. It went into the Forbidden West. And I have to follow.
Again, not that forbidden if you're going to go there.
The West is called forbidden for a reason.
Well, not really if people have been there.
Warriors controls much of it. The Tenakth. And they allow no trespassers past its border. That said, under the Sun King of Ard, a fragile peace has been negotiated. And indeed, the next embassy will take place in a day or two on the edge of the frontier. Were you to attend the gathering under his auspices, the Tenakth might grant right of passage instead of hunting you and attacking on sight.
Great, just what I need. More killers.
The Sun King.
Literally, this tribe really annoys me.
It's good to see.
It's like, look, a giant shining ball of light in the sky. Let's worship it.
Show the champion the spear now, please.
Itamin, quiet.
It's true. We bear gifts. Decorum usually calls for a ceremony of offering.
Shouldn't the same be for the moon, because the moon is at night a giant ball of light in the sky also?
Bring them, please.
Avad, this is all very kind, but I... Who's it?
So shouldn't he actually be called the Sun Moon King?
Quick, better hand them over before she runs off again.
Really? Must you?
Try it on.
It's beautiful.
On behalf of all the citizens of the Sundom, may these tokens remind you of our eternal gratitude.
I love how she's like, it's beautiful, when it's just a broken bit of machine that she can literally find anywhere.
Perhaps you'd like to spend more time with your friends. Come speak to me when you're ready to depart.
I need to attach the Master Override to my new spear. Should be a workbench around here I can use.
Shipments continue to arrive.
Yeah, gotta find the workbench first.
There. The workbench. Okay. Master Override installed. Plus, something new. To store up and release energy. Resonator. Should help in a fight.
I'm not going to bother talking to the companions. I think I'm just going to get gone. Like I said, I've done all the side quests in my first playthrough. They don't really need to be done.
Are you ready to go? Or do you need a little more time?
I better get going. And if I'm headed west, it sounds like I'll need rite of passage from the Tenakth, as you said. Where exactly is this embassy going to be held?
Past the Daunt, the canyon that marks the western border of the Sundom. You'll find the fortress of Barren Light at its farthest edge. The embassy will take place just beyond its gates. It's a long march, a fortnight on foot.
Wow, they actually know the word fortnight?
Actually, it might be better to rest here tonight. Head out in the morning.
But do they know how long a fortnight is?
I'll arrange it.
It's like they're saying all these big words, but are they saying it to be impressive, or do they know what they mean? Don't know, because the people of these tribes have literally forsaken the old world. You know, they fear the old world. And any part of the old world ruins, they steer clear from. They fear them. They think they're cursed. And that's what I don't understand. things that people don't understand. They're like, this is cursed and that is cursed. It's like, why is everything cursed? Just because you don't understand it, it doesn't mean it's cursed. Oi. Oh, beautiful opening. So that's the tutorial over with, which is what I wanted done for this whole stream. See, that was a very, very long tutorial. But it gives you the closure from the first game, because the first game ended like, well, that was it. That's all that's all we're getting. We didn't think there was going to be a sequel after the first. And then this opens up 6 months after the first game, and you get that beautiful sense of closure to what happened. You know, you see how the people are doing, you see what's happened to them, and you see the journey that Aloy now has to go on. And whilst we're going through all this, it goes through all the iconic scenes of the first game. Like, you see all the iconic places that you got to visit in the first game, all the iconic battle sites. And it really is beautiful. And like I say, it gives you that sense of closure to the first game. Because this part is kind of saying goodbye to that section of the story. Because you don't actually go back there in this game. You can't actually go back to that map. And I'm guessing in the third game, you're going to go to another part of America. So this game is set like in the California side of America, whereas this side, the original game was set more in the sort of mid-United States. I think I read somewhere it was actually near Missouri. There's a specific monument that somebody found, and it's a museum somewhere near there. He's talking about the Fortnite game. Hopefully that's one thing that didn't survive the apocalypse. It's not cursed, it's voodoo. Yeah, that was just a tutorial. This is now the beginning of the game.
Never seen anyone use one of those to get around.
Is that how I get to Barren Light?
Yes, I mean usually, but not today. Not yet.
And why is that?
Well, the Daunt. The whole valley. It's infested with machines.
So do something about it. Don't tell me, do it.
I can handle machines.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, it ain't my problem. I just want passage. I just want to go through. You take them out.
Sounds the all clear.
Look, I didn't come all this way just to stand around and wait. I'll crank that car down myself if I have to.
Well, but then who would crank it back up?
Not my problem.
Fine.
This is literally what she was thinking in that right moment. Not my problem.
Though, should anyone ask, it might be best to say you forced me.
I see smoke, but not a lot of activity.
Look at
Smoke's
this.
probably coming from
I loved this when I first started playing this game. I screenshotted so
there's
much
a
of this
work
moment
stoppage
here.
in effect because of All the fuss.
It looks real.
What sort of machines are
I
causing
mean,
the trouble?
the scenery looks real,
Nasty
especially with that sunset in the background.
Bristlebacks, they're called. Strangeness is, they're not native to the Dodge. Just showed up, all of a sudden.
No hunters to kill them?
Well, we've got hunters, just none that want to cross over.
It is beautiful scenery. I mean,
He
the first game, but it was mostly woodland, if we're being honest. A couple of old world ruins, sure, but it was mostly woodland.
You should have said. That ain't gonna happen no time soon.
What are you talking about?
Hear that? That's your answer.
Who is that?
Karja Sun Priest. Ranked him down yesterday, about an hour before the machine trouble started. He's a very important man, or so he says. That embassy at Barren Light, he's the one supposed to run it.
Super A+ hour-long tutorial. Well, I suppose it just wanted you to get a feel for the game. The first one came out so many years before, and then they changed so much in this game that the tutorial had to be that long so you could get used to it again and learn everything new.
Exposed to attack, I might have died.
Mostly in sequels, they change a button or two, or they change how you access your weapons. This one changed absolutely everything.
Nora girl.
It's like they just started from scratch.
Besides, scallywag.
Wadis. That's Aloy.
Studious Wadis.
Aloy, you know, savior of Meridian.
Really? Well, that lessens the insult, I suppose.
I came here for the embassy at Barren Light. Way I hear it, so did you.
Well, not with the valley infested. And so did Ahriman.
No. Stop preaching. I don't care.
Most precious and worthy of safekeeping.
I just want passage. You see, I just want to go
I
through.
shall head to Barren Light.
You take out the machines, and I'll just walk past.
And not a moment sooner.
Fine. Captain's a friend of mine, you know? Where is Erend?
Yeah, I'll be playing through this for a while.
A little less.
Like I said, because I've played through it before, I've done all the little collectible missions, I've done most of the side missions, so we'll just be focusing mostly on the main story. So that I can get through.
Hey. Shh.
But this is available on PS4 as well, Blazer. If you haven't played it yet and it's caught your eye and you want to play it.
I hear there's a work stoppage. Any way to upgrade my gear?
I'll bet the Smith and Chain Scrape would let you use his workbench. As for the Bristlebacks, you might want to craft some acid arrows. Hitting their canisters with those will take them down quick.
Thanks. I'll find Erend and I'll bring him back. Hey! Where do you think you're going?
What, to the top of the ridge? To wait in safety?
Sorry. Operator's under strict orders. No passengers till the whistle blows, right?
That's right. Best start cranking.
Why?
Jorf, would you kindly
Smart ass.
studious to chain scrape and wait for me there?
You got it.
I will find Erend, and I will help clear a path. But after that, no more excuses. Barren Light. Embassy.
If such be the will of the sun.
It will be. Trust me.
And if I remember correctly,
I gotta
there
find
is a
Erend.
save point around here somewhere.
But it might be good to hit chain scrape first and upgrade my bow.
Alright, so the one thing it's going to make me collect again is all the data points, which I don't mind doing. Ooh, that feels weird. Seeing all the map blacked out like that. But that over there, that's my favorite part of the game. That's San Francisco, all of that. And then my second favorite part's down here. It's Las Vegas. Okay, kept all my skills, that's good. Kept all my weapons, excellent. All my armor, brilliant. Good. Kept all my gear. Oh, that's so much better. It's so much better. Right, we'll grab some of this and then we'll save it and call it for the stream. Because that was a really long tutorial. That was a massive opening tutorial. See me, I'm really paranoid when it comes to saving a game. I will do the quick save, and then I'll do the manual save. And then sometimes I'll even quick save it again. But yeah, I'm going to call it there for the stream. So if you're watching now or in the future, do stay tuned because we'll be doing more of this. Like I said, because I have completed the game, I don't have to bother going around collecting all the collectibles and whatnot because I've already got the achievements for them. So we will just be focusing on the main story, unless of course for those little extra bits in between you have to do a side mission to continue on with the main story. That's what we'll be doing. But I loved this game the first time around. I did a couple of videos on it before, but I did it without commentary because it was a new game, and you guys know when I get a new game, I live stream it, but I go quiet. So I'm glad to be bringing it to you this time with some hilarious audio commentary. But stay tuned because of course we're going to be doing a couple of videos through the week, and on Sunday we'll be continuing our Telltale game series with the first episode of The Walking Dead Michonne, a game I have not played, so I am looking forward to going through that. But since I've done my previous Telltale game series with commentary, I'll be doing the Michonne one with commentary, so just bear with me if I go quiet for like half an hour on that one. Yes, so if you are watching now or in the future, I really do hope you enjoyed the video, and I do hope you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe because it would just be your good deed of the day. And if you are new to the channel and subscribe, I do sub back to new subscribers and do try to view any content you may be producing. So huge shout out to the guys in chat. Thank you, Dan the Man, for stopping in. Do appreciate it. Blazin', always happy to see you stopping in, dude. Appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, do head over to his YouTube channel. He does some gaming videos, and he also does some 420 content. But he is more active on his Instagram page. So do check him out if you haven't already. Additional shout out to Monty Burns Wakey. Do check out his channel if you guys haven't already. He's got back into the gaming scene. He's doing simulator videos, so if you're into that kind of stuff, truck simulator, train simulator, things like that, he does those, and he actually knows his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. So it's quite entertaining to watch sometimes. So yeah, that being said then, this has been Gamer Dude. Happy gaming, and I will catch you all in the next one, guys.